Liman and actor Tom Cruise have already worked together on the film Edge of Tomorrow and the upcoming film MENA, and now the two are planning their next project together. According to a report in Variety, Liman and Cruise will next work on a sci-fi film called Luna Park. The story for Luna Park is set to revolve around a group of renegade employees who take a trip to the moon to steal an energy source. Liman has been trying to get the project off the ground since 2011, when he had Chris Evans and Andrew Garfield attached in the lead roles, but the film was pulled by the financing partners at last minute. John, what do you think of the sounds of Luna Park?
I think it sounds great, as a matter of fact. And actually, after watching what these guys did together in Edge of Tomorrow, which, you know, was such a fun surprise of a movie, and I love the sounds of this MENA movie they're doing with Domhnall Gleeson, Jesse Plemons, I believe is his last name, where Tom Cruise basically plays like an airline pilot who becomes a drug smuggler and then starts working for the feds. That sounds fascinating. And just the premise of this movie, even if you take, you know, the director's name and Tom Cruise's name out of the picture, this still sounds like an interesting project to me. If you just compound it with the fact that this is the same team that gave us Edge of Tomorrow, sounds good to me. I'm in.
Yeah, Luna Park sounds like a place where high school kids go to make out, and it's also a delicious restaurant in Los Angeles, and it could be a really cool movie, too. From the sounds of this, I like that we're going to the moon. I like that we're not going to somewhere crazy, because we already have The Martian coming out. The moon is something that we can actually wrap our heads around a little bit. It's been done before, allegedly, a few times by Earthlings. Going to the moon and then actually stealing energy from the moon and coming back here. It's such a neat premise. It's almost like I'm wondering, are we doing that for good, or are these renegades, are they stealing the energy for good? Is it for bad? Is it for their own ill-gotten scheme? I'm excited to learn more about this, and with Tom Cruise and Liman involved, yeah, I'm totally on board.
Now, if they call this lunar energy, if they call them energon cubes, I smell a crossover coming. Anyway.
I love it. I mean, we've said this many times on the show that this town is a what have you done for me lately? These guys have done great things for us lately.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is a beast, man. He is one of those. It is so hard. What people don't realize, it is so hard for a movie star, an actor, actress to sustain for so long and be like, you only have a shelf life of so many years. He continues to not only survive, but to get us to play. Well, you understand why he's so great. Look at what he just did with Edge of Tomorrow, and then Mission Impossible again. You know though, when you go to a Tom Cruise movie now, that he's giving you quality content. He's not, at least, and even with Oblivion, which I'm not a fan of, they tried. It wasn't, but they tried. And it's a beautiful looking movie, and some people enjoyed the movie. It clearly wasn't just like, oh, this guy's not even trying to make movies and phoning it in. You don't say that about Tom Cruise, that he's ever phoning it in. In this premise, he likes sci-fi.
Has some success with it.
Success with it, for sure. And I want to see what he's going to do with this premise. It sounds great. I love Doug Liman. I love them working together. They collaborate well together. So why wouldn't you want to see this movie?
You know, it's funny that you bring up the longevity of Tom Cruise, because I still think you cannot undersell this one point. You know, a lot of people forget that there was a good period of time when it looked like the shelf life of Tom Cruise had come to an end. He wasn't, you know, all that popular with the fans anymore. There was that stuff with his Steven Spielberg film War of the Worlds, where they felt it underperformed because of Tom Cruise and all that kind of stuff.
And it's hard to come back from that stuff.
It is almost impossible to come back from that. And it is one of the most genius strokes of whether it was his agent or his managers or himself that did it. Him being in Tropic Thunder and playing that character, you can't undersell this. That changed everything. That overnight changed the perception of Tom Cruise. Everybody wanted to embrace Tom Cruise again. It was a stroke of genius that he did that. And now we are reaping the benefits of that today, because now we're still getting all these great movies he keeps cranking out, which is really great.
That's right. And who did he borrow money from when he needed money? Oh, like 10 years ago, when his production company, that they parted ways and he needed funding, Dan Snyder, the owner of the Redskins.
Really?
The one good thing that Dan Snyder's done in his entire reign as the head of the Redskins. Yeah.
You mean besides drafting the best quarterback in football, right?
He's going to have another chance at some point this season.
All right.
Mr. Glass is calling.